Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and what we're looking at today is the not reverse. It's the zigzag mechanism, and the machine we're working on here is a brother. And the reason I picked this brother machine is because it's easy to illustrate the movement of the mechanism, because it's at the top, it's not on the side, it's not down underneath, down underneath like so many. It's right up here on the top, so you can get the idea for the theory of why a machine would be stuck in straight stitch or stuck in zigzag. And this past week I've had an equal amount of people asking me, why is my machine stuck in straight stitch? Why is it stuck in zigzag? I wanted to not do one, I want to do the other. Well, here's just a little helpful hint for getting you started, and that is working on the theory of it. When you're looking in here and you see the mechanism, here's your zigzag dial. Every machine has a zigzag dial, or the stitch width is built into the selector. Like on the ones that don't have a zigzag dial, you'll turn, click, 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 and it'll show thin, narrow, wide, widest. But with a zigzag dial, you can see as you turn, this slides. And what that does is that changes the lever and the fulcrum, so you get a different angle on the mechanism itself. Watch what happens when we're on straight stitch, which is going to be 0. When you're on straight stitch and you turn the hand wheel, you can see that nothing here where your moment is, nothing moves. Although the mechanism moves, and it's never going to not move, it's always going to move in conjunction to your zigzag gear. It's always moving. When you're out here, your moment is going to move with it. Your fulcrum is going to be out here, and as it moves, you'll notice the needle bar moves also, which will in turn swing the needle left and right. The needle's going to swing when everything's at its widest, and this is moving zigzag with this at its widest. When it goes back to 0, there's no movement. Now there are machines where this will be over here and it'll be stuck there forever. It'll sit for years and years and years. It'll be stuck there, and you'll slide this back over to 0, but this thing is still stuck and it's still going up and down on its widest because it's stuck there, which means there's a future of spray loose, some sort of penetrating oil in your machine's future. So you have to get this to where it actually moves. If it's stuck up, stuck down, you'll be up here, and you'll want it to you want the straight stitch when it's on zigzag, and it will do nothing but straight stitch because it's stuck. It's stuck in the up mode, and it'll be absolutely not moving. So this has to move up and down, and your needle will correspond with it, or it'll be in straight stitch and it won't move, and your needle will be in the center or left, whatever position it's in. So this is going to be where you're going to be looking for the activity to make sure this moves, make sure it's spring-loaded to go up and down. Sometimes it'll lay flat in here, and this, instead of being there, it'll slide this way. It'll slide to the front and to the back. But you want to make sure if you're on straight stitch on that little moment here is all the way to the front. That'll be your straight stitch. If it's all the way over here, then it'll zigzag. But if it's stuck over here, it's going to zigzag no matter what, and it won't straight stitch until it gets moved over. Almost always it involves using some penetrating oil and using a little elbow grease to get it back and forth. If you start fiddling with screws and things with a screwdriver, game over, you're done, I can't help you, because that's never the solution. Machines don't get out of adjustment sitting in a closet. Screws don't turn themselves. So if you get it out of the closet and it doesn't want to cooperate, it needs service. It doesn't need somebody with a screwdriver set to say, I wonder what this does, I wonder what that does, because I get those. And they usually take a 30-minute operation and turns into a 2-hour operation. Now, if it's a machine that has a lot of plastic parts, I won't do it. If it's a good quality machine made in Japan with steel gears, I'll take the time to do it, because when I get done, we have something to speak for our efforts. But if it's a plastic machine and someone has fiddled with it, no thanks. So don't turn any screws. Don't get your screwdriver and just start willy-nilly thinking, well, I bet I'll do this and it'll do that, because it won't. Because machines in a closet never get out of adjustment. If they went into the closet sewing, they'll come out of the closet sewing after they're serviced. So, up, zigzag, down, straight stitch. If this doesn't move back and forth, or if this doesn't move in conjunction with what you want to do, the problem is going to be lying in this area right here. Right here is where you want to be. Make sure this pivots. Soak it with penetrating oil, liquid wrench, whatever it takes, but that's your problem. Keep the screwdriver away from it. All right?